Somewhere in a small town in Kenya, a new smart traffic system just went online. Cameras, sensors, facial recognition. But it wasn't built by a local company, it was built by China. And this exact system is quietly running in dozens of countries across the world. But here's the real question nobody's asking: is this really about traffic? Or is China using AI to build something much bigger, a system the rest of the world can't live without? To understand why this matters, you need to understand the size of the prize. AI could add over $15 trillion to the global economy by 2030, according to PwC, more than the current GDP of China and India combined. McKinsey estimates generative AI alone could unlock trillions in annual value across banking, manufacturing, and healthcare. Think about what that means in real life. A small business owner automating inventory overnight. A bank approving your mortgage in minutes instead of weeks. A factory running with half the workforce but double the output. AI isn't a gadget anymore. It's becoming the operating system of the world economy. And whoever builds that operating system gets to set the rules for everyone else. This is exactly what China saw coming years ago. In 2017, its government released a national plan with one blunt goal: become the world leader in artificial intelligence by 2030. But almost nobody noticed the real strategy hidden inside it. China wasn't just trying to build smarter AI models. It was trying to build an entire ecosystem: chips, cloud platforms, data centers, robotics, all guided by the state. China now publishes more AI research papers annually than any other nation on Earth, according to the Stanford AI Index. It may not always lead in breakthrough innovation, but it leads in something more powerful: scale. Cities like Shenzhen and Hangzhou transformed into AI hubs almost overnight. Companies like Baidu, Alibaba, and Huawei moved in lockstep with national strategy, not just competing, but executing a plan. But here's where the story changes. China began exporting its AI systems abroad through its Digital Silk Road initiative, installing smart infrastructure across Africa, Southeast Asia, and Latin America. Often cheaper. Often faster. Often the only option on the table. That traffic system in Kenya? It's not an isolated case. It's a pattern. And this is the part almost nobody talks about. Once a country builds its banking systems, power grids, and public services on top of someone else's AI, walking away becomes nearly impossible. That's not just innovation. That's leverage. This is exactly why America started paying close attention. The US still leads in cutting-edge AI. Companies like OpenAI, Google DeepMind, and Anthropic remain at the frontier. But leading in innovation isn't the same as leading in global adoption. So Washington made its move, restricting the export of advanced NVIDIA AI chips to China, hoping to slow its access to next-generation computing power. But then something unexpected happened. Instead of slowing down, China accelerated. Domestic chip production ramped up. Homegrown alternatives emerged faster than expected. The restriction didn't stop the race. It forced China to stop depending on America altogether. And that changes everything. Because if China achieves full chip independence, the West loses one of its last real points of leverage in this race. So now both sides are locked in, not just competing to build the smartest model, but to control the infrastructure the entire world will eventually run on. This is where it stops being about algorithms and starts being about power. The IMF estimates AI could affect nearly 40% of jobs worldwide. The World Bank warns that nations slow to adopt AI risk falling behind in productivity for decades. Now picture the family down the street. Their mortgage rate, their job security, the price of groceries, even how their bank decides who qualifies for a loan, increasingly shaped by AI systems built somewhere else, under rules they never voted on. That's the part most people miss. This was never really a story about robots. It's a story about who quietly writes the rules the rest of us live by. So, is China using AI to control the global economy? Not through force. Not through some secret master plan. But through patience, becoming so deeply embedded in global infrastructure that dependency itself becomes the strategy. The last global power was built on industry and oil. You could see it: factories, pipelines, ships. This next one is being built in server rooms and code, quietly, invisibly, one contract at a time. And that's what makes it different. By the time the world fully understands who's really running the system underneath their daily lives, the race to build it may already be over.